Hajimemashite, dozo yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Santa Lucia ni yokozo. Namae wa Dekarink, and today... Oh, I gotta actually click English. Okay, I see what it is. You gotta click English, fine. Note, this game will restart itself several times during first-time setup. What the fuck does that mean? Reloading script. Reloading game. This game features graphic depictions of sex and is not intended for audience under age of 18. Fortunately, I have to censor everything all the time. Looks like the game will do it for me. Since I'm playing this for YouTube, I'm gonna say yes. Santa Lucia is a work in progress. All content within the subject changed. Thank you for your interest in your game. Please enjoy. Awesome. Now that we got the settings, another disclaimer. This game is a work of fiction. All references to I get it. Stormsinger Studios. You might recognize this logo. It's because they have made another game we played on this channel. Holy shit, this is literally Adastra's menu template. Obviously, they don't own the shit. So, as I said already, but in a different language, because we hadn't selected English yet. Hello everyone, my name is Deckerlink, the Trained Unprofessional, and welcome to Santa Lucia. Santa Lucia. As you saw in the little flashy shit, Stormsinger Studios. These are the people who you might recognize as being behind More Not Revisited. Though, this has nothing to do with that. This is, to my knowledge, a totally original work that they have so graciously given me early access to before it releases publicly. I believe on the 4th of October? I might be wrong about that. Also, Bri is showering, so if you're hearing water and shit, that's what that is. We don't have a door to the bathroom. So yeah, you can find the link to this game. It'll be publicly available soon. If not by the time this video comes out, I don't fucking know. I'm trying to get this out before it gets publicly available, as that was the fucking point of giving it to me early. But I'll see what I can do. The links to the Patreon page and all that other stuff is in the link in the description down below. As always, when available. Why is gallery purple? I don't know. But yeah, Santa Lucia. I don't really know anything about it. I'm going into this practically blind. I did get a brief description. And of course I looked at the Patreon page. But I really didn't look at it much. I looked to make sure it was... Oh shit, I shouldn't be talking. Life is to be lived, not controlled. And humanity is won by continuing to play in the face of a certain defeat. Ralph Ellison, 1952. Starting with a quote, that's really artsy. September 1st, 2018. Where was I September 1st, 2018? It was almost a year ago. It was a year ago this month. Oh, looks like we're on a plane. I let out a sigh of relief. See, I told you. I'm confident that the plane has stabilized now. Jeez, I don't think I'll ever get used to takeoff. I fucking hate takeoff and landing while in the plane. The landing is far worse than the takeoff, but the takeoff still sucks. Being up in the plane, surprisingly the most fucking scary part, logically, totally fine with, because you can just sort of fucking ignore it. Gonna take a nap? Oh, okay. The lights start to fade, presumably so passengers can actually get some shut-eye after dealing with multiple delays at the airport. That's nice of them. I hope I'm able to get there in time. I lean back in my chair, trying my best to relax, even though I'm quite aware that I'll be in a huge time crunch the moment we land in San Francisco. Town, city of gleaming spires. People live here. Golden Gate Bridge. Ah, the Romans came here. They built buildings with things. Ducks, cows. Cows that look... what is it? What? Cows that look... Was it cows that look mad? I don't know. And convicts. The criminal element, and San Francisco is no exception. If you don't know what the fuck... Cows that look weird. Damn it. If you don't know what the fuck I was just quoting, Eddie Izzard, great comedian. He did this bit about San Francisco to open up his Dress to Kill special back in the day. You can find it on YouTube. Fucking watch that shit. It is hilarious. I really like it. Goes to Alcatraz. Woo. Anyway... San Francisco. I tapped the small screen on the back of the chair in front of me. I've never been on a plane that fancy. After pressing a few prompts, I pull up the flight itinerary. Dot, dot, dot. Looks like we'll arrive around 6 a.m. Had to give me a lot of time to figure out how I'm getting to Santa Lucia, though. But, yawn. I guess I'll figure that out when I get there. Cool. After pulling out the complimentary pillow from beneath the seat, again, never been on a plane this fucking fancy. I've only flown Southwest. I place it between me and the plane's wall and gently rest my head on it. But my head never reaches the pillow. What does that mean? Oh. Instead there's no wall. What? What? Oh, shit. What the fuck? Before I realize what's happening, I'm falling. How did we fall out of a plane? How the fuck do you even do that? Did you just crit fail going to take a nap? I try to scream, but my voice never comes. What are these picture frames? I plummet down into pitch blackness. I need to fucking... There you go. There's just this line on my OBS that was bothering the shit out of me. I plummet down into pitch darkness. A pink fog develops around me as I reach terminal velocity. I don't understand what's happening. Reach terminal velocity? Don't you fucking start catching on fire? I don't fucking know. What is happening? I would like to know that. Is this how my life ends? That would be a very anticlimactic beginning to a fucking visual novel. The main character dies. But of course, how many visual novels have we played thus far where that's the fucking opening? At least a few. More than should be, now that I think about it. Sorry, I'm totally gutting the emotional fucking impact of the scene at hand. We fall into an ocean of Kool-Aid. The waves rush beneath me. As I come to my senses, I see I'm hovering just above the ocean, staring out at the infinite nothingness that stretches before me. The breeze I'm feeling is so cold. I try to wrap my arms around myself, but my body doesn't respond. Before the panic sets in, I find myself suddenly whisked forward, jetting across the surface of the water faster than I ever thought possible. Oh shit! The surprise makes me gasp for air. I try to open my mouth, but the sensation never comes. Instead, it feels like all the oxygen has been sucked out of my lungs, leaving me with a terrifying feeling. Suffocation. No breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. What's with the musical reference? There's just the references in general today. I feel every nerve in my body flare up as I try desperately to fight the paralysis keeping me from struggling. The ocean below becomes a blur. Blur. I like that word, blur. Reality itself bends. Light gives way to dark, dark to light. Colors fade and distort. For a moment, I believe I'm seeing the world for what it truly is. An acid trip. This whole thing is fucked. Dot, 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 motherfucker. Oh, shit. What the hell? And just as quickly as that feeling sets in, it fades. I'm floating above what looks like a city. Misty mountains, cold, loom over countless skyscrapers, demonstrating that nature is still queen of grandiosity. Despite not being able to move my head, I'm able to see the ocean in my peripheral view. A coastal city, huh? Oh, shit! Animal people! Ah! I'm startled when the scene before me instantly changes to a large gathering of people in the streets. I like the watercolor aesthetic. I would just wish it maybe could have been extended to the plane. But you know what? We just fucking started. Like they said, it's a work in progress. Give it a fucking break, man. I don't know what that sound was. She's getting shampoo. We walk along what looks like a major street together. I'm vaguely aware of a larger hand holding mine. There's a sense of comfort, safety. Are we going to the city to see a black parade? That was a stretch. Like I'm where I'm supposed to be, and nothing bad will harm me as long as this presence is here. The figure points out at something and on the street ahead. I feel jubilation bubble up from within me, making me want to crowd in joy. The crowd around me cheers as a procession of slow-moving floats. It was a parade! Oh, that's hilarious! What the fuck? A slow-moving floats comes around the corner ahead. The figure holding my hand suddenly picks me up and puts me on his shoulders. Oh, yeah. What the fuck? I don't know what that kind of says parade? I don't know. As the first float drives by, I catch a glimpse of a banner hanging over its side. I will say this picture-in-picture thing is unique. I don't remember any other visual novels I've personally played having done that. But for some reason, I'm not able to understand what's written on it. It must be before we were able to read. Almost as if I've forgotten how to read English, which is the language that we selected. It's a bizarre feeling, knowing full... I just realized there's one option. There's probably going to be more in the future, but that was a weird inclusion if you only have one option right now, is to select English. That is weird, now that I think about it. I just thought about the Japanese gag. I didn't think about anything. It's a bizarre feeling knowing full well that what I'm seeing is a language I know, but not being able to understand what's written. I soon realized that the faces of the crowd seem to shift moment to moment. They are never still, giving the impression of a masquerade dance where everyone's constantly changing masks. Oh, what the fuck is that? Ugh. I feel a member of the procession glance at me with a featureless gaze. Instead of being afraid, I feel excited! The figure reaches a hand out to me. Oh, holy shit, who and what are you? Arm extended, the face morphs into that of a beautiful young cat. Guess animal people are normal in this universe. My mind floods with recognition. I'd give anything to say her name again, but I have no voice. As I try to grasp her hand, all color fades from view, leaving me in pitch black. Wah! The feeling of being whisked away returns, taking my breath away. It feels like I'm being torpedoed across time and space. It's intense. Practically camping. It's overwhelming. Like the seizure I had in first grade. I want desperately to stop this loss of control, but my body has plans of its own. I'm left with no choice but to bear it and hope for the best. Light returns to the world, forming and reshaping reality around me. Oh shit. We had some propaganda bullshit. Citizen Kane running in the furry world. I hate that movie. That movie sucks. I find myself standing outside amongst a crowd again. This time facing what looks like someone speaking at a podium. I feel a sense of happiness at what's transpiring, though I note it's tinged with nervousness and anxiety. From my limited point of view, I'm able to see various buildings surrounding me. They all look very different from one another. Like an effort was made to make them stand out. For some reason, this place looks familiar to me, but my brain refuses to cooperate. The speaker addresses the crowd, but the words are muffled. I can't hear them from where I'm standing, so I try to get closer. Oh, you got closer. I push my way through the faceless crowd. When I get close to the podium, as close to the podium as possible, I'm filled with shock as I recognize the speaker as the same girl I saw earlier. She looks down at me with worry in her eyes, but reaches out her hand once again, before my fingers can touch hers. Oh! Explosivo! All light and colors drained instantly from the world, leaving me hovering in the abyss. Gotta tell ya, never started a visual novel with an acid trip before. This is incredible. I see nothing, feel nothing, perceive nothing. Complete sensory deprivation. Exterminate! What the fuck was that? Hello? What? Is there any... What? Okay, so I can click. All the hairs on my body stand on it as something calls out from behind me. I feel like I need to turn up the volume for shit like that. I feel scared, alone, threatened. If you're feeling threatened, you shouldn't feel alone. You're at least there with whatever's threatening you. But something compels me to turn around and face it. The color red, my go. Oh no. The city's on fire and the sun has turned red, or black. I hover far above the city. Everything is tinted red from an unseen force. When I look at the sky, I see even the sun has changed form. Okay, so that wasn't just a filter thing, that was on purpose. Something bad is happening. Yeah, you fucking think. Ooh! Another explosion! A loud boom catches my attention. A loud boom catches my attention. Another one, followed by another. My eyes dart quickly across the city, trying to locate the source. My heart sinks when I realize what's happening. Oh shit. I find the parade I saw earlier consumed by explosions. The surrounding buildings collapse under the pressure, falling over onto the screaming crowd. Destruction continues to rupture the city. Everywhere I turn, another area goes up in flames. Stop turning, damn it! Averting my gaze from the carnage, I look up at the sky. He's trying to blow up the sky! In spite of the horror I see below me, I'm disturbed by a particular emotion I feel deep within. Pleasure. What? I feel a cold chill run down my spine. This isn't how someone should feel, right? What the fuck is that? What is that? I don't know what that is even supposed to be. I look back down at the city. By this point, everything has been leveled by the explosions. Everything except... Ah! I'm whisked forward faster than before. It leaves me with a sick feeling in my stomach. I fly right past the place where the podium was and arrive in front of the most magnificent building in the square. Screams echo around me. Even though everything else is in flames, this single structure seems to be spared. Thoughts suddenly run through my head as I notice I'm running into the building as fast as I can. Why shop tall? The first coherent words I've understood so far. Before I have a chance to fully register them, I burst through the wooden doors. No time to think, just run! I have to get to them before... Who's them? Dashing up a long stairwell, I make my way toward the roof with purpose. I know exactly what's going on and I have to stop it. Could you tell us? There's nothing else I can do anymore. Oh, I didn't know that was a door squeaking at first. The door creaks as I force it open. A figure I recognize stands at the edge of the building, looming over the destruction below. I cry out their name, but the syllables are drowned out by the screams and chaos surrounding me. What are you doing here, Ben? Oh, I'm stopped cold. Time seems to halt in this moment alongside me. With all sound removed from the world, all I'm left with is the sensation that I just made the biggest mistake of my life. That's when they turn around. What the fuck is that? That is freaky deaky, dude. That is some freaky deaky shit. Figure stares directly into my soul. What? Okay, we're not supposed to know what that means. And it's still going. And it's... Oh, it's... Duh. I don't like freaky zooms. I jolt awake from the nightmare, placing both hands on my knees and panting heavily. Whoa, what the fuck was that? That was a nightmare, and or premonition, and or a nightmare premonition of death, aka a deadly premonition. Love that game. It's terrible. I gulp deeply. They haven't been that intense since. The plane starts to shake violently. Oh no. I grip tightly onto the armrests of my seat, preparing for the worst.
We are experiencing minor turbulence. Please fasten your seatbelt until directed otherwise. Thank you.
Uh-huh. In an instant, all the adrenaline that built up is released. I slap myself on the forehead. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Get a grip, Rivers. Okay, so we are Benjamin Rivers. Or Ben, I guess. I do as the flight attendant says, clicking and tightening my seatbelt. I rest my head back on the pillow, though I don't close my eyes. No, not after that. I feel sick. You feel sick? Yes, I feel sick. About 5 minutes pass before I hear the noise signaling we're free to unfasten again. Excuse me, I need to use the restroom. I catch one of the attendants as they are walking by.
Of course, right this way.
Try squeezing my way past the lion sitting in the same row as me. But a brief shake of the plane causing me to lose my balance, planting my butt right in his lap. Oh my. Hey, watch it. I was enjoying something there. Sorry, it was an accident. Get up as quickly as I can. The lion brushes off the tablet as he has on his lap and shakes his head. Great, now I got an ass print on the screen. My stomach starts to churn even worse. I'm really sorry. He shrugs his shoulders and wipes it off with a napkin. It's all good, dude. With my face flushed red, I finally reach the walkway and follow the attendant to the restroom. The moment the door closes behind me, my stomach gurgles one last time. Herk! I immediately fall to my knees and throw up in the toilet. My head feels like it's spinning. With the last of my rudimentary McDonald's dinner spewed out from my mouth, I wipe my face with some toilet paper and attempt to stand again. My reflection in the small mirror nearby catches my eye. I look like complete shit. I recompose myself as best I can, combing through my hair with my fingers. I hope I have time to take a shower or something before orientation. This is going to be a long day. That's a lead-in line. That's a lead-in line. I flush the toilet and exit the restroom, thanking the flight attendant as I walk back to my seat. Excuse me, sorry. Slip past the line again. I'm sure I'm holding on to the seat in front of him. I make sure I'm holding onto the seat in front of him so I don't have another incident. No problem. I try my best to relax once I sit down, but I can tell I'm still breathing hard from that nightmare. You fly before, kid? Huh? I'm caught off guard by his surprisingly earnest question. Oh. I feign a smile, try my best to keep this from getting awkward. Yeah, I'm fine. This is my 4th time in a plane. It's no big deal. This is one thing I've learned, is that this game is really proud of the music it's producing for it, because they uploaded a lot of the tracks for a lot of the characters on their YouTube page. So that link will probably be in the description too, if I remember it, which I hope I do. If I forgot, someone who's watching this right now, check the description. If I forgot, comment, let me know. Shame me by telling me that I just come up with something. I don't fucking know. Sure. I saw how much you were twitching and fidgeting in your sleep, dude. I remember my first plane ride. Dad, it's not that, I swear. I just had a dream. I scratch under my chin and grin widely. Wow, I didn't realize I was in the presence of the Cheshire Cat, eh? It's used too much. ... fucking ... My expression slowly fades into dismay. The lion extends his hand in my direction. Name's Russell. I'm at a momentary loss for words. I'm Ben. Not wanting to leave him hanging, I wrapped my hand in his and let it sit. Nice to meet you. He grasps my hand tight and shakes it up and down violently. We're gonna be playing some Minecraft. Cool. Likewise. Once he's satisfied with the mangling, he relaxes back into his seat. So, tell me about this dream you were having. Was it spooky? Oh, we got some minor. Okay, so some of the emotes in some games can be like, whoa, whoa, you know, totally different poses. Some of them just prefer like one or a few poses, but with shifting faces. Some do both. So this one, for now, appears to be shifting mostly the face. It's more subtle. Oh, it's sexy. He's clearly trying to get a rise out of me. So you're that kind of guy, eh, Mr. Russell? For the first time since this plane ride started, I managed to maintain composure. How should I respond to this? We've got a fucking choice. First choice of the game. Play along or sidestep it. Fuck you, we're playing along. Yes and, goddammit. God, I tried to click on OBS.
Full speed ahead, bitch.
Yeah! Both, actually. My...
You're fucking a skeleton.
Jeez. Tighter than you'd think. My overused word grin widens as I lean in towards Russell. I'm intrigued, pray tell. So, I was running toward the horizon away from something chasing me. A figure just stood just out of sight. But I knew they were there to save me. As I called out to them for help, they slowly turned around and were revealed as none other than a muscular hunk Albert Einstein. I'd jolt awake too if I saw something like that. Hot Einstein is just too good to be true. Sigmund Freud believed that dreams were a window to your deepest, darkest desires. So, I assume you're really into physics. Oh, totally. Give him a big, exaggerated wink. So am I most of the time. I sink back into my seat and take a deep breath. The thing is, I've had chronic nightmares for as long as I can remember. Is that so? I'm sorry to hear that. I shake my head. There was something about this one that really got to me. Does that happen often? No. I know how you feel, dude. I've been having bad dreams all year, so I sympathize. How's it going, dude?
I'm sorry. I'm just ruining your fucking playthrough.
What else is new? The lion shrugs his shoulders and smiles. Well, I'm not gonna ask you about what your nightmare was about. I'm not that cruel. Yeah, it's probably no big deal. It's most likely just the stressful circumstances causing me to feel things that aren't real. Spoken like a true psychology undergrad. Anyway. Shit. Anyway, those delays were murder, weren't they? My shoulders droop. I was supposed to be moved.
Getting just shifted to my final form.
Soccer mom!
Soccer mom!
I demand to speak to your manager!
I am Mecha Karen.
You will accept my coupon! You will accept my coupon! I was supposed to be moved in at my university last night for orientation today. Mentioning school seems to pique Russell's interest. Did you say university? No, I said university, you fucking freak show.
Also, what the fuck is PK?
Yeah. If If you don't mind me asking, what school you going to? University of Santa Lucia! I got this huge scholarship thanks to my dad's job at WNC. The fuck was that little rumbling noise there? There's his loins going, let me out! Let me out! Bring me eggs!
Eggs?
Only eggs can sustain me.
Are we talking about his loins or just me from Game
There's a brief, unexpected pause. Whew. Where did that pause come from? Before Russell speaks again. Good old World News Corp. Handing out scholarships to those that need like candy. I scratched behind my ear. Wouldn't exactly say I'm in need. Wait, make you sound like a prick. I'm sure you earned every penny, kid. There's a playful tone in his retort, but I can't help but sense bitterness under the surface. Huh? Oh, goddamn! The song has like words in it, but I know it sounded dumb. Let me fucking explain. There's like mostly instrumental, and there's just randomly in the background. There's like, "Hi, I go to CVS for Tuesdays."
What?
It's not actually saying that, but like that's what it sounds like. It's just like normal song, and then randomly just like, "Gotta get a banana." Can I get a price check on one banana? Not the bunch, just one. So you're a freshman at USL, right? Yeah. And I might head in agreement. Then I got some great news for you. I'm also with a... Who would have fucking guessed? This character with a unique sprite and its own theme song is probably going to be important somehow. Who'd have fucking known?
Okay, so notes for my game. Minor character doesn't matter because they're on theme music. We have everyone really confused.
Subvert all expectations. Start the game off saying it ended 5 years ago.
They get into a nice conversation, he gets hit by a bus. Got it.
Yeah. Just constantly set up plot threads that don't go anywhere. And then the plot crashes in through the wall like 5 episodes in.
Where everyone's confused and there's no way they would have made the right choices to prepare for this.
AKA Steven Universe. A junior, in fact. A junior! I'm a junior! Going. Many shivets. Really?
Am I annoying you?
No. I guess that means there's a chance we'll see each other after this damn plane lands. Deh. I guess. That's... Yeah, we're gonna be seeing each other soon. That's awesome. I didn't expect to meet someone from school so early. Aw, tell me what it's like. I can't wait to see it. You're telling me you haven't been there yet? Is that
You
bad?
would just blindly accept a scholarship to a school they've never even fucking been at. You trying to get murdered?
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Oh, fuck.
The fuck did you just... This is the second day in a row you've done some weird shit behind my chair and I don't get it. What are you doing? What is this gag you're doing? What
How's
are you...
it going?
What the fuck are you... What is this?
No.
What the fuck do you want?
Your attention and your love.
All the time, forever. Now, can you go away? Take your money and go!
Oh, sweet.
Joke's on her, because we have the same bank account.
Wait a minute, we have the same bank account.
Fuck, she got it.
From your monologue.
Puffuta. I dig your enthusiasm. What's your major? That's not important. Yeah, most juniors don't care about, finishing. What's important is what's your major. What? I already don't like this guy. He points a finger at me for emphasis. You! The only other person in this conversation. I'm fucking talking to you, goddammit. Have you any idea what you're gonna study, kid? Well, you're 2 years older than me.
Have you any idea what you're gonna study, kid?
You ever...
We just in a plane. Listen, I've been stoned for 3 years, and I can tell you.
If you don't go to class, you don't get the ass. I don't know what that means, but it rhymed.
My professor said that to me once.
My professor once
He
turned
was
to...
arrested.
My professor once turned to the class and said, "You show me an A student in this building and I'll show you a Caucasian cocksucker with a C grade average."
I'm not sure what that meant.
We were very confused.
He was on a lot of cold medicine at the time.
I mean, I've gone down the list of things I'm interested in, but I haven't really settled on anything. God knows, why would you invest thousands of dollars into something with any sort of preparation? Oh dear Lord, you're gonna be a lost kitten. Are we a cat person? I'm getting the feeling that we're a cat person, and or this person just is very species centrist. Fortunately for you, the orientation includes a survey for freshmen with undeclared majors. Your mentor will help you figure out what you want to do. Mentor? What do you mean? Actually, I don't think I want to ruin the surprise just yet. What? I mean, you've already gone this far without knowing what the fuck you're doing. You might as well just go all the way. Man, you can't just bring something like that up and leave me hanging. Watch me. He pulls out his tablet from beside him and powers it back on. Don't ignore me! Have you ever watched Anchorman? The one with Ron Burgundy. Wow, real names. I'm almost getting whiplash from that shit. Yep. I've only seen bits and pieces, mostly on YouTube. Want to know a little secret? Sure. Shrugs his shoulders and shakes his head. That's how the newsroom actually runs. Huh? You're kidding, right? He winks at me and smiles. You can trust me on this one. Want to watch it with me? I'm surprised by the offer. Like, right now? Well, don't act like you got anything better to do. I can already tell you're not planning to sleep again, so what's the harm in it? Point taken. I scoot in closer to get a better view. With a smile, he hands me an earbud. That's what I wanted to hear. He arranges the tablet so it's sitting on the armrest between us, then presses play on the screen. And fade out. That was the last we ever heard of. Alright, so we made it to the airport by the looks of it, and that will be the end of this episode. I don't know why I said it like that. Thank you all very much for watching. This is interesting. There's already a lot going into it, a lot of intrigue. I don't know what the fuck the dream means. I don't know how this ties into a regular schoolscape. I'm really not feeling like, I hope to God it is more focused on the other shit than the school shit, because I have played way too many fucking school-centered stories. They're all starting to blend together a little bit, and I want it to focus on new shit. So if this game going forward focuses more on the interesting, different aspects of it, I will very much be looking forward to it, and I probably will very much enjoy it. I already really like the work of Stormsinger Studios. I think how they turned the rather mundane story and storytelling elements of Morinatsu into a actually enjoyable thing to read. I think that goes to show that they can make gold out of a shit storm, and so I'm thinking that this will likely be rather good. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you all are too, because I'm going to be playing more of it. Not sure when. I might do more today, I might do more later. I kind of was in the middle of an Echo binge when this came up. Those episodes will be coming up later after the Adastra episodes. But yeah, while I've got this thing exclusively, I kind of want to do as much as I can out of it. So, thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, let's God, fuck! Let's do the end slate shit, alright? Alright, let's fucking do it. On the left, you've got a long list of patrons from Patreon. Thank you very much to them for all they do for me and you. In the middle, you got a link to that Patreon page, as well as a link to subscribe. On the right, you got a video recommended to you just from YouTube itself. Just for you. Fuck. And the most recent upload. And that's it. Thank you, and bye.